Hey Jenny, have you ever played the first Pokemon game?
I've never played the first one if you're talking about Pokemon Green, but I did play Pokemon Blue.
That is correct. That is the correct answer. So we are taking a look here at Pokemon Green. Pokemon Red and Green were the original releases in Japan. A lot of people know that. What fewer people may know is that the American versions were based on the re-released Pokemon Blue in Japan, and there are differences. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the original is better. Basically, the differences are they fixed bugs and they redrew some creatures that look ugly, but there are differences, and I think it's interesting to go back and look at the original game.
Yeah, I think it's smart. I mean, Pokemon is huge now and everything. That Ditto doesn't look right there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that that's going to be in this game. We are playing the fan translation through our Retron 5 just because, look, it's really convenient. You should, if you want to play games in English but buy them in Japanese, the Retron 5 is a really good way to go. And yeah, so we're going to start a new game. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh man, wonder who this is.
Are we gonna pick Bulbasaur?
Are we going to pick Bulbasaur? It's up to you. I'm going to let you decide who we pick.
Well, I'd like to pick Bulbasaur because it's Pokemon Green.
Okay, I mean it's a good justification, and I understand why you'd like to. Whether you do when the time comes, I mean, people are just gonna have to keep watching.
Yeah, that whole 5-minute wait. Well, not even 5-minute wait. That's gonna be too much for them to bear.
So what is our name again?
Huh. Ruel. I've never heard that name used before in real life. Have you?
Yeah, I don't know what that is going on here, but okay, we're gonna have a name here.
I kind of like Lao.
Let's do some ourselves.
Okay, we'll do a real name. You know what? Since I'm picking the first Pokemon, why don't you decide the name?
Okay, I'm gonna be real boring. So.
Okay. Are you just gonna be you?
Nah, unfortunately, my name does not fit in 5 characters. But we can continually remind people that we are playing Pokemon Green at every moment by naming our character Green.
Okay.
Much like Red and Blue are options in Red and Blue, I think Green should be the name of the protagonist of Green.
Alright, we could do that, yeah.
It's interesting how the fan translation had to kind of deal with a smaller character set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, clearly he's Gary. There's no other. He can't not be Gary. That's how I feel.
He can be Gary.
He's Gary.
Yeah. He's
obnoxious, and you want to beat him in a Pokemon battle, which is, you know, the motivation you need to win.
Hey, he lost his Rattata and everything. So.
A world of magic dreams. Let's go. Oh, hey, look.
A World of Magic Dreams would be pretty great.
So it's interesting to play a fan translation. They do a good job of making the game playable, and I appreciate fan translations to a ridiculous degree. But they don't have the resources that an actual localization would, so they just kind of have to deal with the decreased character set and a lot of reduced time to work on it.
Yeah.
So what happens is it ends up feeling a lot like, say, some of those lower budget.
The clones?
Yeah, like sort of, those releases from smaller publishers back in the day. I forgot I should go get that potion.
Yeah.
But
you could have gotten the potion after.
Yeah, I'll just do it now.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna forget and,
But for example, it's like, did you ever play Dragon Quest Monsters? The first one?
I did, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but it also got a little bit more of a localization budget with the second game. The first one had just a really brutal character limit,
Yeah.
So this feels like that in a lot of ways, which just makes you really appreciative of the actual versions of the game.
It is, but sometimes the fan translations really do a great job. Like, remember?
Oh yeah,
Tales of Distance?
let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% want fan translations. So
Yeah. But I mean, that one was just amazing what they did and how they fixed the different bugs and stuff that Bandai Namco didn't take care of. It was great.
yeah,
Gary won't even look at him. Look at that.
I mean it's fine.
Is it?
We don't like Gary, right? Like there's not a lot of room in this game for characterization, so they just kind of have to put it in there.
Yeah. But that's no excuse for no common courtesy.
I mean, I do think in Red and Blue, doesn't he face Oak when he's talking?
I'm pretty sure he does, yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a while since I've, played this stuff, but, yeah, it's...
I know he did in the remakes.
This is Char, the Liz Pokemon. Fire Pokemon Char obviously prefers hot places.
Man, that face just doesn't look right.
Yeah, so, aren't you glad that, that they all got redrawn? This is Squid.
Like...
It's a turt. Squid sprays powerfully foam from its mouth.
No, wait. Is he a squid or is he a kid?
Oh, I picked Squirtle.
What? No, we were supposed to pick...
Here we go.
The energetic Pokemon. Well, I was gonna say we'd pick a Bulbasaur and name him Leaf, but now we can't have Leaf.
Well, now you won't be able to tell the difference. It's the same. It's like we got a Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
I got all excited and hit the button, so...
Yeah, when you saw the squid, you just couldn't resist.
It's Squid. Also, I was a little miffed at your joke. It's not a very good joke. So...
Yeah, that's what really did it, wasn't it? It was because I did that, and yeah.
Also, Bulbasaur's not very good, and we shouldn't have him.
Yeah, that's true, but it's leaf green.
Right. Well, it's just green. It's not leaf green. It's just green.
Well, yeah, it is just green, but ended up getting brought to the
Plus,
US
see, now we get to actually see the front sprite of Bulbasaur in battle here, which is probably better.
Yeah.
Tackle. Bulbay tackle.
Yeah. Kill.
It's pretty good.
It really is, yeah.
This is a very early fan translation. It even patches the copyright screen to 1999 because that's when it was made. It was very early. These days, you can kind of see better translations. Clearly, there's no real reason to go back to this one and fix it, but nevertheless, it's interesting to see.
Now, what are those little dots to the left of Bulba's eye? I mean, is that an ear, like a turtle ear, or is it like dimples because he's smiling?
That I know for a fact to be the sprite from the original Red and Blue as well. That back sprite has not changed because it was weird when I was a kid, and I definitely had Squirtle, so, it's... yeah. Gary is defeated.
Oh, block. When I was a kid, I'm pretty sure I went with Bulbasaur.
I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but, I got to the semifinals of my state Pokemon tournament in Summer Tour '99 with my Blastoise. So I beat a couple Venusaurs on the way. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that I know. When you say it, when you put it like that, it makes me question my decision immediately.
Let's be clear. Little scientist dude, my favorite sprite in the original Pokemon games. The little Oak's Aid. Just when they look forward. Come on, look forward. Hey, yeah. It's my favorite. I don't know why. I just like them.
It is a good character design because you can really tell. Okay, those are his glasses, and yeah. I kind of like the little kids. There's like this little chubby bundle of like body parts.
I mean, yeah, I was certainly one of those.
Aren't we all?
Well, sometimes we're less little.
Yeah.
But we do pretty, I mean, pretty consistently we have body parts. So, bundled.
Let's move away from that topic.
Okay. I mean, we're
You
just
wanna talk
contained
about-
in skin. Like, we're not just like a la carte. Like, here's an arm.
That seems like a discussion for talking about something like Super Meat Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to talk to more people. I mean, what if they want to give you stuff?
I'll talk to someone as soon as I have a random battle occur, which hasn't yet.
Okay. Oh, no, you're not going to get to go do stuff. You got to go take that and run an errand.
Yeah, no, I mean, this stuff is very similar to the way it used to be.
Yeah, it's almost identical.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we just basically got a director's cut. I'm going to go through the grass here so we get some battles. It's basically a director's cut of the first game. Kind of needed it. So.
Yeah. I like that. That's a good name for it.
I don't know why the Y appears at the end of all the...
Maybe it's an attempt to make them more cute? I mean, things are much cuter when you add a Y at the end.
Maybe.
I
I think it's probably because the hiragana ha character, which would be used there as a wa to say stuff, it was probably in the same spot that the Y ended up being in the character map. So it's just probably appearing because that's what's programmed to be there.
Yeah,
That's
that
my
makes
guess.
sense. Yeah, you're probably right.
Come on. Okay. I forgot how low the encounter rate was in the first game. It always seemed like way too much.
I think maybe we didn't notice it as much because we kept walking through there and trying to search for battles. So,
Yeah, that's
mean-
possible.
I know I always went crazy level grinding. So,
Of the original 151. Now, actually, of the original 150, no cop-outs with a Mew pick. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Eevee.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm going to say Jigglypuff. Now,
Yeah?
you tell me why Eevee, and then I'll tell you why Jigglypuff.
I liked Eevee because of the possibilities. It was just whatever you wanted it to be, it could become. And if you needed a water type, okay, fine, get a water stone. And it was that versatility
Yeah.
that really drew me to that one.
So, when you evolved your Eevee, which was your favorite to evolve to in the original game? Let's not go crazy and talk about like the 14 evolutions.
Yeah, well, in the original game, it was Vaporeon because I just thought it was really cute, and I didn't choose Squirtle. I needed a good water type, and it got the job done.
I get that. If you're desperate for a good water type, I always pick Jolteon because I usually had my Blastoise, and then, there were a lot of good fire options.
Yeah. Yeah,
whether
Flareon
it's-
really isn't a good fire type.
Yeah, and neither is Moltres. I ended up using Magmar a lot.
And Magmar's pretty good. So
Yeah.
why Jigglypuff?
So I liked normal types because I could teach them a lot of things, and Jigglypuff was really good at learning a lot of things. Also, always ended up, at least for me, being slightly more survivable than like a Clefairy. Also, I guess here's the part where I say I watched the show, and as a little kid, I liked singing and I liked getting mad at people. I didn't like getting mad at people, but it happened. So I felt some sort of camaraderie there. So I think that was part of it.
Did you carry around a Sharpie so if people fell asleep around you, you would draw on their faces?
Only that 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a good month?
Well, It was okay.
I mean, was it a good month for you, but not for the people who fell asleep around you?
Generally, people didn't fall asleep around me. I guess it was early sort of cosplay, except for it's just one little piece. People understood what a Sharpie meant when I was in 6th grade. That's just how that worked.
Yeah.
So.
Huh, a PID.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really like the game PID. Did you play it?
I played a little bit of it. But yeah, no, it's not as much my taste as, say, Pokemon Green.
Yeah, Pokemon Green, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna get back up here.
I think we need to catch a Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Like, what do you think? I mean, not this area either. It would have to be something a little bit further on.
Yeah,
Maybe
and I don't
something-
actually even know. I believe Green has what Blue ended up having in America. That was like Japanese Blue actually didn't have the same split, so that part gets kind of confusing. But I don't. I always played Red, so I'm not actually sure what shows up early in Green here for us to pick up.
So you wanted to match. That's why you chose Red. I said you wanted to match, so that's why you chose Red.
That and the one guy I knew before I got the game that had Blue, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have gotten Blue had I known no one because it had Blastoise in the front, and that was the one I ended up getting, so.
Yeah, that's important. I think I went with Blue because I always liked that color, and it was my favorite color as a kid, so. Yes, you're in a hurry. Oh, you were able to just skip that?
I believe it was made mandatory in Blue, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it is mandatory in Blue. And pretty much every other game after, there's always some guy who's gonna stop you and say, listen, you might have plans, you might want to go do things, but you're not gonna go do things just yet. So.
It may have just been confusing to people. I don't know.
You know, maybe you should get some dotes so you can dote on your Pokemon.
I don't consider myself much of a Dota.
Okay.
I'm anti-dote.
Alright.
By the way, if you're disgusted by the idea of that pun and want to stop watching, you probably don't need to watch any other of our videos. It's pretty much what I do.
But it was so good.
Yeah. I think so.
It was just the right level where you almost wanted to cringe a little.
Yeah.
That's how you know it was good.
Okay, it's good. So let's find something in this forest, shall we?
Yeah. Oh man, what if we found a Pikachu?
That'd be pretty good. Those are more common in Blue/Green, yes?
Yeah, they are.
I didn't have a Pikachu when I played until I got Yellow.
Yeah? Any reason other than just that was the thing you started with?
I mean, Pikachu wasn't a very strong Pokemon.
No, it's not.
It's an early electric type, you know?
Yeah, even
it's like running a Bellsprout. Like, why are you doing it?
Yeah. But I have to admit, I liked Bellsprout, and
Bellsprout was okay. I was more of a Oddish guy.
Oh man, Oddish ended up being great after the first generation because I love Bellossom.
Vileplume's pretty solid. Don't underestimate Vileplume.
Yeah, Vileplume is good, but Bellossom
Wow,
has like pigtails. Wait, what was that attack?
Unclear.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while.
Oh yeah.
So, how about you tell a story of Pokemon? When did you first get Pokemon? What was your Pokemon experience like at the very beginning?
Well, when I got Pokemon, I ended up. Oh, you know what? I have a better Pokemon story.
Okay.
There's a mall near my house called Mitsuwa Plaza, and it's basically a little mini mall where it's not even like a mini mall. It's a grocery store, but they have room for other stalls. And there was this one toy store that was in there pretty much my entire childhood, and the guy even knew me and everything. And when I was about in like 8th grade, or no, like 6th or 7th grade, he started stocking video games, and he ended up getting Pokemon Silver and Gold, the Japanese versions. And I couldn't speak, of course. I was a kid. I mean, I didn't really know anything about Japanese or anything like that.
Was this your first experience with an import game?
It was, yeah.
So was it gold or silver?
It was silver.
Okay.
Yeah, I always liked silver better, so I ended up it was so cool that I had to have it, so I got that, and all I knew was I had played Pokemon Blue, and so I got my way through the entire game, beat the Elite Four and everything, just stumbling on. This was before we had the internet and guides and walkthroughs, and I just stumbled my way through it, and I don't know even now how I managed to do it, but I did, and it was great. So,
cool.
Yeah.
So the reason I ask is because the first import game I actually played was Pokemon Gold.
Really?
We had a game store. It wasn't exactly local. It was about an hour away. But one of my friends went to it occasionally, and they got in a copy of Japanese Pokemon Gold, and you could rent it for a week for, I think, like $30. They were really raking in the money on that.
Yeah, that was... Yeah.
But he got it, and, you know, we played it. So...
Yeah, that's...
we didn't really know what we were doing. It was kind of like, oh, we're just wandering in the forest, you know. But it was fun to like, oh man, these are new Pokemon. It was exciting, you know.
Oh yeah, really.
This was the first time there were new Pokemon, you know.
Yeah, I mean now that's no big deal. I mean even you saw they've like have all these announcements. Oh, there's Hoopa. Oh, there's a mystery one that's going to be revealed in the next movie in 2016, and
yeah. It's almost like there are too many now. But of course you can't get rid of Pokemon, so.
Yeah, I think isn't it 721?
Something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's gotten to be too much.
Okay, something that's not a Metapod is all I'm asking for.
Oh.
Something with an attack, please.
I think you're asking too much.
Maybe?
Maybe. I mean, you never know. So, what about you? Tell me a Pokemon story.
Well, so I actually got into Pokemon because I had a friend who bought Pokemon cards. He bought one pack of Pokemon cards. He put it in a sleeve, and he just carried it with him. He didn't know how to play the game, anything. He's just like, look at these cards. Aren't they pretty cool? And they were. So I got into it. That friend actually just kind of stopped playing, and he was the one who ended up getting a blue, but like just generally that was it. But I kind of got crazy into it because, as it turns out, I really like video games.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. All right, I'm gonna use that
potion.
Yeah, just so we don't die to this battle here. I don't think we will, but we'll see.
No, it'll be okay. Yeah, I only played the Pokemon card game on the Game Boy, but it seemed like a fun idea and everything, but, you know, I didn't really have a lot of people who wanted to play the Pokemon card game, so, yeah.
I mean, let's be clear, the Pokemon card game on the Game Boy is great.
Oh,
so,
it is, yeah.
And, you know, we'll talk about that a lot around here, but Hudson Soft was behind that game. Hudson Soft is great.
Hudson Soft was great.
It's sad that the reputation they have now basically only comes from, you know, the Mario Party games. And Bomberman, I guess. People still like Bomberman, but you kind of overlook all the stuff that they did. They did so much work with Nintendo, and, you know, they basically were the TurboGrafx. So if you like any TurboGrafx game, they probably were the ones that did it. You know, I miss Hudson Soft.
What was your favorite Hudson Soft game?
Yeah, Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy. Well, GB2, which another import game people talk about, because that had that, much like Gold and Silver, that had two whole worlds. You know. Yeah. No, that's my favorite from Hudson Soft, but Hudson just did so many cool things.
Yeah. trying to think which one I might have liked best. I liked a lot of the things that they had on the SNES and the NES.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Adventure Island was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, Adventure Island. I think I liked Adventure Island 2 a little bit better.
Okay. That was the first truly original Adventure Island.
Yeah. Did you ever play Do-Re-Mi Fantasy?
I didn't, but I heard good things.
Yeah, it's very cute. I mean, that, I think maybe would be one of my favorites. It was really cute, and yeah, they did a lot of good work.
Yeah. So, Jenny, should this Caterpie be the Pokemon we catch, or should we keep going?
You know, let's catch the Caterpie, because at least then, when it gets to Metapod, it'll have an attack.
It's true.
Yeah. Plus, it'll evolve early into a Butterfree, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
Do you ever use the Bug-type Pokemon at all?
It depends. You know, some of them are quite good. Beedrill was actually pretty stellar, just because Beedrill's so fast. Cat or give nickname? Yes.
Yes.
What should we name this? Let's see. I got a good idea.
You do?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, it's taking a second to show up. Yeah, that's a great name for a Caterpie.
This is working out. I think.
Yeah.
Think this is gonna be pretty great. For now, we stop. Just, you know, I could play this game for hours, but we're not gonna do that.
No, I don't think anybody wants to see us play that for.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I might keep playing, and I might come back with six Pokemon named Bulba. So, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminiscing with me, Jenny.
Thanks for bringing up the Pokemon Green with the translation.
Oh yeah.